Hello guys and welcome to a vlog. I have not done a vlog here in an actual house yet, but today is going to be a first, so I guess without further ado, let's get started. Today is probably going to be filled with lots of basement stuff because we're finishing up our basement area here. As you can see, this whole entire wall has been torn out completely because the last people that were in here had mice, and so that is pretty disgusting. Our body count on dead mice that we found is about 5. We found like 3 or 4 nests in here, but this insulation is actually staying because we were just checking and there have been no mice in this wall at all. Although down here, you can see all the insulation is completely taken out. Behind there is the furnace. So yeah, that's where we found all the actual mice and all the disgustingness that comes along with those. We also have an old Volvo that I think it's like 1997, 1998 or something like that. We're trying to get that back up and running, so you're probably going to see some of that, and I can tell you what's going on with that later on. But right now, I think we are tracing wires because people that did the electrical stuff in this house did not do a very good job of it, and it's all like spider webbed across the ceiling because there was a drop ceiling. Anybody knows what that is. And we have to find out where all the wires are because the breakers are so old and they're not labeled, and it's just pretty much a mess. And so that's pretty much what we're going to be working on probably for the next hour. I don't know what you'll see of that, but here we go. So just to prove that I'm not kidding, that we actually did find mice, this is one of them. Little shriveled guy. And that one of many actually, and he's actually pretty small. I don't know if we found any big ones. Did we find any big ones?
No, we did not, but the fact that little ones basically tells you how entrenched the mice were in this house.
Yes, so they're pretty much baby mice that we found in the walls, and yes, there was lots of mice in this house, but now they're gone, and the house doesn't smell nearly as bad. And now that the insulation is out, it smells a lot better. So, tracing wires, here we go. Okay, so just in case anybody doesn't know what we're doing here, radio, in outlet, go and flip breakers all the way over here and listen until the radio turns off. That's pretty much what you do in this situation, and you just go around all the outlets, rinse and repeat. It's very exciting, and yes, probably time-lapse next. Okay, so upon further investigation, we have found that the entire perimeter of the basement is completely run off of one breaker. All the outlets are run off of one breaker. That means there's like one over there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's see, 9, 10, these two as well, 11, 12, 13, we got these 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got like at least 20 outlets, about 20 outlets running off of one breaker, and I'm sure it doesn't take an electrician to know that that is not a good thing. Plus, there are also lights running off of this as well, and some of those outlets also include the sump pump and the dehumidifier. So, and the water softener, and also the Wi-Fi. So we have quite a few things running off of this one circuit that's just controlled by this one breaker. So it's kind of scary, actually. It's really mind-boggling to think that actually somebody thought this was a good idea at one time to control the entire basement off of one breaker, because it's kind of stupid, really. I mean, I'm not an electrician. It does not take an electrician to know that you should not wire half the basement off of one breaker. It's ridiculous. So we're pretty much going to have to divide them off into the correct breakers, and then we're also going to do some wire organizing because a lot of the wires are just running off all over the place, and there's no system to them whatsoever. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going to eventually happen once we figure out the rest of the outlets and such, and the furnace and things like that. Then I don't know what we're going to be doing next, but that's the plan. Okay, so since I'm waiting here anyway for Dad to figure out a breaker, I thought I'd just kind of walk you around and give you a tour and tell you what we're kind of doing right now. So as you can see behind me, here are these stairs. Yes, there's the stairs. We're walking over here through this hallway pretty much, and then at this end of this hallway is eventually going to be my room. So at some point in time, you're going to be seeing videos filmed here, and I'm planning to have a little green screen set up right over there because it's going to be a nice little corner. Set some lights and the like. So because there's a bunch of water lines running right here, You can't run normal lights, so we're trying something different this time, and they're surface mount LED lights. So they look like, you know, like some lower profile, like dome light, and they just sit there, surface mount. They go very, very low above the ceiling. So because we have these things in the way here, these will not interfere with those. They only go like that much above the ceiling. So we were gonna do can lights in here, and that wouldn't have worked because, again, pipes are in the way and things like that. But then also, I'm planning to build some type of like workbench, like right here, all the way over here. And we're planning to do some type of LED strip up here for like a work light, and then you can choose whatever Kelvin you want for that. I would probably go somewhere more towards the daylight spectrum, just because, you know, when you're working on stuff, daylight is better. Put window wells in here a little while ago, here and in this room, the sister's room as well, and that was kind of interesting. And then the biggest thing we've probably ever done so far done to this basement, and probably will ever do this basement, is pull this wall back because it was leaning in a lot. So foundation work is not fun. What you're pretty much seeing here is just an earth anchor that is just out in the yard someplace, and they're just pulling, or literally just cranking on this nut and pulling the entire wall back. So it's up, straight up and down again, because before it was like leaning in quite a bit and you could see it up there. They had to do the same thing over here, and then also like one in this room as well. So there is quite a few things that are going on in here. The floors are getting ground down eventually. We started kind of doing that a little bit, then realized that this is not enough at all, because it's buckled and it's kind of heaved up here. So we need to get that flat because we're doing tile down here. This quite obviously is going to be a closet, and that's going to be a fairly big closet. I'm pretty excited for that because I currently do not have a closet. And actually show you over here, this is the tile that we're going to be using. You can kind of gauge in that color. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell because this lighting isn't like particularly good, but it's like a sandstone, not sandstone, like a kind of like a beigey something, whatever. We got a really good deal on it, so part of the reason why we're using it. But yeah, in order to do that, we need to make sure that the floors are flat because you can't really lay tile on uneven floors. You know, this room, this is where we're starting in. This is sister's room. There's a nice little closet in here actually, slash safe room in case a tornado decides to like do something. We have this room in here, which is like maybe workout room, possibly. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. That this is pretty much just whatever at the moment. The floor is going to be like those foam, interlocking foam mats, nicer ones than what you see at like I want to think of like daycares where they're like they got the multicolored mats on the floor and the foam interlocking panels. Those things, they're like black. We're gonna put in here, and mainly because the floor is very uneven. So if we put tile in here, there is a good chance that the floor can move, and so then they would just crack the tile, and that would kind of like pretty much undo what we already done. So because the foam is the way it is, you know, if the floor moves, who cares? Doesn't really matter. The whole thing is kind of resettling now because when you move one wall of the foundation, you pretty much have to wait for the whole thing to resettle again. This window leaks really bad when it rains. Pretty much kind of fixed that problem because the downspout was pretty much dumping water into there, and it was like filling up halfway, and it was just dumping water down the wall. It's pretty ridiculous. It doesn't really rain here that often, but when it does, you know, it'll rain for a good extended period of time like it is now. Yeah, and again, we're back in here, this room here. It's just pretty much a big loop. Here's a bathroom. Nothing exciting. You can see me. Yay. There's probably going to be a shower over there at some point, but that's way down the road. That's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, so this is just pretty much the entire thing. This is what's going on. Electrical is main priority at the moment, and then I believe we'll probably be moving to the floors next. This floor here in this room has got some stupid like carpet adhesive, and they put way too much on it, and it's such ridiculous pain to get off that it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare pretty much. So I've just pretty much gave you the rundown there, give you a little tour, give you updates as it goes along. That is the current state of things, and there's going to be more happening eventually. So I don't know what I'm doing next, but this is the end of this section. Okay, so it's about like 1:30 So I think it's about time that I probably go eat some lunch. Clean your hands. Now the question is, what do I eat? Look at eat some lettuce. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would not eat that. Well, how about an apple? I guess I'll eat an apple. With peanut butter. It's a sweet potato. Yes. And yes, for your information, I do not cut that with a steak knife. That is not advice. It's very hard to do. For everybody wondering, this is one of my favorite snacks to eat, peanut butter and apple. It's just really good. I like peanut butter a lot. You know Johnny Geiger, how he likes watermelon? I like peanut butter as much as he likes watermelon. So there's an example for you. Okay, so sorry, but for a minute there, I totally forgot what I was doing. And for a minute, I mean like 2.5 hours. So I pretty much just ate lunch, took care of that, ate a couple more things, and I got distracted by Star Wars movie that was on TV, Force Awakens. So kind of had to sit down and watch that. And because after Star Wars, I kind of got like sidetracked and I forgot what I was doing. Star Wars kind of made me forget what I was doing. I just kind of sat on the floor, took a little like rest, and what the plan was to actually go and take this broken up concrete we have outside and put it on the path around our pond, because on one section of the path it gets really washed away because all of the water washes all the grass out and then it's all muddy. Problem is though, it's actually still really wet, so that won't work because we're gonna get really, really disgusting, really muddy, and let me tell you, it's clay around here. When it gets wet, it's sticky and it's really, really bad. So we don't want to work in that. Backup plan is now to be working on the Volvo. I'm waiting for Dad to get something done. And then in the meantime, I guess I will show you what we were trying to do, since I guess it's kind of the point of that, is to kind of show you guys what we're doing. And if anybody's wondering why I'm wearing blue gloves, Volvo, that is why. But here is the pile of concrete. You've probably seen it before in my videos. But yeah, here it is. Pile of concrete. Slowly getting, slowly getting a little bit smaller. Every single time we work on it, it's mainly going towards the bank on our pond because it keeps getting really like washed down and rutted out, and we don't want that. So we put it there to kind of keep the dirt where it is, and hopefully it won't like erode a bunch now and make like big trenches. Okay, so right here, this is where we were gonna put it. Pretty obvious. It's very, very muddy. You can see like over there, especially, there's a bunch of water, like standing water sitting there. But you can actually see now, we've got some deer tracks going around here. And I think this is all deer tracks. Yeah, this is all deer tracks. But yeah, we have deer. There's quite a lot of deer around here. And you see them quite often in their tracks and things like that. So it's pretty cool. We like seeing deer. I like deer. I don't know why people don't like deer. But I personally do. Okay, so in here is the Volvo. Yeah, and there is currently, I don't know if you can see that actually. Let me get a light. Okay, so you can see there's a towel currently on it, protecting it from dirt that might randomly fall in there. I'm not an expert on the cars, so don't like put any car comments or car questions rather in the description, because I really don't know what I'm doing. All I know is we're replacing the head gasket, and I do know a couple of the parts. And probably tell you we've taken this thing off right here. Anywho, this is the head gasket right here that we got to take off and replace because it blew the head gasket, and did some other stuff. The turbo that we had in there was kind of bent a little bit. The fins got bent on the way out slightly, so maybe we might try to bend them back in place, although that could be risky. Don't know 100%. That is the story with that. I think we're currently not really sure what we're doing actually. So once Dad gets in here, then I'll kind of see what we're doing. But we got the head gasket and we have a new one, so I guess now it's to put it back on. And I know there's something else that we're replacing, but I just can't think of it, so I'm going to ask him. Okay, so the goal of taking this entire car apart here is what exactly again?
Is to replace the head gasket.
And that's pretty much it. Oh, I guess I should mention what type the car is. This is a Volvo what?
1998 Volvo V70 XC.
V70 XC. There you go. It has been out of commission for over a year now, right? I think.
Yes, over a year.
And it's been out of commission for over a year because of that thing that happened. And yeah, so that's kind of why we're replacing it, because we kind of need the car back up and running, and it's a good car, like it a lot. We're fixing it. It was really lame. It was a really, really lame update. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is that it would be mine to drive if I help the master mechanic fix it, which is him. If you didn't guess that already, I think that was kind of obvious. So that's why I'm out here. Even though I stand here a lot of the time, I just watch and learn things. Maybe I'm learning something, maybe I'm not. I'll know in like 2 or 3 weeks if I try to remember something, then I'll know I learned it. Pretty much the next plan is to just go in and eat something because it's almost like supper time, around that-ish. I'm hungry though, so I'm gonna go eat anyway. And after that, DJ, friend from Illinois, who is actually now in Virginia, is going to play some Minecraft with me. I have a my own personal server now that I pay like a monthly fee to. It's like nothing much, it's like $5 a month. And we're building some pretty cool stuff on there, so you're probably gonna see a little snippet on there. I think I'll show you how you screen capture a few of it. And of course, I'll edit this video too, because I have to edit videos every single day in order to keep up with it. Okay, so yeah, let's go because I'm hungry. I need some food before I start getting like tired, and take this thing with me. This battery's almost dying too on the GoPro. That's why I had this out here. I cannot wait for wireless charging. When wireless charging finally gets here, and I hope GoPro implements it into their cameras, because then I wouldn't have to take this thing out of the housing to actually charge it. I could just like put it on the base and it would charge automatically, and I wouldn't have to like go through this whole rigmarole to get it off, make sure I don't lose that stupid little cap piece, and then plug this thing in. What are we cooking for dinner? Ooh, falafels, oh boy. Okay, so obviously I decided to play a little bit of Minecraft here, and yeah, I guess I'll give you a little bit of a tour around here, playing with DJ, as you can probably hear. Say hello, DJ.
Hello.
No, there you went. Yeah, but I'm using OBS, screen capture software, and that is working really well. This is my brother, by the way. And we are on our own personal server. I forgot to mention that. It's called Hippocraft. And it is hosted by MC Pro Hosting, in case you want to know, and I'm very happy with the stuff so far. We need to upgrade, though. He says hi, YouTube. I need to upgrade those because it does not. Our server does not have enough RAM for the amount of people that we have. But yeah, okay. So I picked a canyon seed here, as you can pretty obviously tell. It's very beautiful, and I just searched best Minecraft seeds, and that's what came up. So we have this nice little bridge over here, leading up to my like castle. This is like my castle area. Actually half designed by DJ, half designed by me. He designed other stuff here.
Hey, I'm your creative consultant, and I probably put in 2/3 of the work.
Yes, he did. But I came up with the idea for the castle. I was the one that came up with the idea.
He was like, oh, hey, I have an idea. Let's build a castle. And then I built a castle. And then he's like, oh, I like that. So, yes, he had the idea for a castle.
But I had these ideas for the stairs. You're fiddling around in creative mode to find stair wood that looked right, and this isn't like quite look right. So this is temporary. Commando Pigzilla is in the way. But yes, so we go down here. We have 2 lovely archways, both look exactly the same, and then we go down steeper stairs to the bottom here, which is pretty much going to be a storage area. This is kind of crude at the moment. Oh, my gold is done. And I'm out of fuel. There you go. But then actually over here, as soon as I get this, thank you. Over here is a secret entrance to the outside. So we can, if we're at the bottom of the canyon, it is very easy to
designed specifically by me.
Yes, designed by DJ. And
from scratch, I didn't like Google it or look up a tutorial or anything.
He's very proud of himself. He doesn't really do a lot of redstone, and Commando Pigzilla is giving me stuff. Okay. I do not have redstone torch, but if I did, it's a redstone torch key. Put the torch there, and this would close, or open rather. So that is that. So we're going back across the bridge here. This is another thing that DJ built himself and designed, and headed, I guess you could say, because he totally randomly did it without even anybody knowing. And this is his minecart transportation system. All of them work, but only this one actually goes to someplace, and that is his mine. So if I stand on this pressure plate, like this sign here says, I stand on it until a minecart comes. Minecart will get dispensed here, and then I can enroll. I can get in the minecart, and it'll go all over the place, and eventually get to his mine. I'm not going to show that because that would just take too long, and quite frankly it's a little bit laggy. So if we go out here, out of his little like underground thing, well, you can see skeletons playing in the water. If we head
and by the way, and I just want to say that minecart system I designed from scratch myself as well.
Okay, that minecart, yeah, that's what he said.
And that's, yeah, I keep forgetting that they can hear you because it's recording all audio coming into the computer. So, as you can see over here, I'll just warp ahead, is actually our friend's house. It would be All American Bacon. And he built actually quite a quaint little house here. It's very circular. He made use of some crafting tables and furnaces. And of course clay, because we're in a canyon. And then he's got this room, which I'm not entirely sure what he's going for yet, but it looks cool, to say the least. And outside of his house here, he also looks like he has a garden that he's eventually going to finish. Maybe I will finish for him, actually. You know, I'm going to be a good sport. I'm going to finish his garden. I'm going to give him water. Okay, so we're back over here. And let's see, my sister, if you can see that, like, that plateau over there that she's kind of dug out, that is where she's doing it. Her username is Hugapug, for anybody that wants to know. XX, Hugapug XX, if you're wondering. It's like the X's are hugging the Hugapug. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah, besides that, you can see my stairs going down to my mine. I can show people sometime how I mine. It's a little bit complicated, and it'll probably take a couple minutes to explain, so I don't really want to do that. But there's DJ down there making an awesome farm. And, yeah, so currently what we're working on is I'm working on the animals, the animal organization. Because of the changes to 1.9, and now that swords make such a broad sweep, I am really scared of killing multiple animals when I don't want to. So I'm waiting for this cow to grow so I can breed those 2 cows, make some more cows, so I have one backup cow in case I accidentally kill one, because I don't want to have to bring the cows all the way back over here, because that took forever last time. Oh, and then I also have a tree farm, and I'm not using oak again. If I can get spruce, I'm using spruce, because oak, when they get these stupidly huge trees like this, is really, really annoying. Don't like it. But yeah. So there you go. There's my little tour of our server currently. That is the state that it is in. I might be starting a YouTube channel, actually, for Minecraft dedicated things. That's all I have to show you. I might give you updates later vlog, but for now, this is what we have.
As you can see, I have stopped playing Minecraft now, but I'm still Skyping with DJ. I'm going to be recording I'm going to be editing some videos rather, mainly this vlog, and then I also have a last video that I'm working on, which is the selfie and vlog, like, FYI video. So that's pretty much what I'm just going to be doing for the remainder of the night. After that, I might, like, get off, go on my phone, check social medias, things like that. I'm not sure if this was, like, any exciting at all, but this stuff was going on today. You know, we're working in the basement, we're working on the car, and so I just thought I'd pick it up and try it, since I've never actually done a vlog where it's just like my normal life, typical day. So if you like what you saw and you want to see more, you know what to do. There's a big bright red subscribe button that you can go and smash. Leave a comment below if you got any recommendations for stuff that you want me to do. Of course, leave a like and share with everybody, whoever you want to share with. I do lots of stuff on this channel. I'm doing vlogs, I'm doing like FYI videos, which is just pretty much just telling you guys a bunch of random crap that I think of. And it's pretty fun, you know, it's just random like tidbits of stuff that you might not think about usually. Of course, there's also Skate Diary, which I'm kind of getting back into now. I took a little break there for a second because I needed to like reorganize some things. But now I'm getting back into it. Stay tuned for more episodes. I'm getting my format down a lot more. You can learn skateboarding along with me. So until next time, guys, keep skating and stay psyched. Peace.